It looks like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is continuing its drive forward towards pure, unadulterated awesomeness. DC, on the other hand, is continuing forward like a Mack truck, slowly trying to move up a muddy hill in reverse. That being said, here is the latest comic news on film. On the Marvel side of things, two major casting announcements have come to light. First, Thomas Kretschmann, aka that dude who always plays a Nazi, and does it amazingly well, has been cast as Baron Wolfgang von Strucker in Avengers Age of Ultron. Von Strucker, of course, is a formidable foe of Captain America and a high-ranking member of Hydra, which of course begs the question, what role will Hydra have in Age of Ultron, and what ties, if any, will the Radical Group have to the psychotic automaton? Our second piece of casting news was surprising and exciting, to say the least. Oscar winner and well-known cunnilingus enthusiast, Michael Douglas, has been cast as Henry Pym in Edgar Wright's Ant-Man. This confirms that Paul Rudd will be assuming the role of the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Edgar Wright has described this film as a heist movie, which gels pretty well with the fact that Lang assumes the mantle of Ant-Man after he steals Pym's suit to save his sick daughter. Douglas's inclusion in the Marvel Universe continues the trend of high-caliber actors adding validity to this subgenre. I mean, think about it. Douglas as an older Pym makes perfect sense. He will certainly add multiple dimensions to this character. And you know, can you really imagine Paul Rudd bitch-slapping Janet Van Dyne? Meh. Douglas, on the other hand, all you gotta do is watch War of the Roses, and that man can certainly pull off domestic violence. Speaking of Van Dyne, what role, if any, will she have in this film? Will she be only making appearances via flashback elements, or will Pym, like Douglas, be doing some of the good old cradle robbing later in life? So, Batman vs. Superman has been moved from its July 2015 slot to May 2016. According to Warner Brothers, it's to allow filmmakers to realize fully their vision, given the complex visual nature of the story. I really don't know what to think about this movie anymore. It still feels like we know absolutely nothing at all, and yet this has put the fanboy community through such an emotional roller coaster, even with Batfleck alone. I feel I am perpetually sounding like a goddamn broken record in regard to DC's cinematic future, and I don't keep it as a secret that I'm a Marvel girl, but I do want DC films to succeed. Marvel may have the crown, but DC has the jewels. They possess the three big heroes, and those characters should be treated with reverence, especially on film. Man of Steel was hit and miss for me, but it could have been built upon. This apparent shoehorning of characters, while this was just supposed to be a direct sequel to Man of Steel, is alarming. Look at my neck. Alarming. Okay? It's like, oh, hell no. Not to mention the rumors surrounding Wonder Woman and the Amazon's Kryptonian origin, and blah blah blah. I am frightened of this post-Nolan world, geeklings. So, what do you folks think of Marvel's casting announcements? Do you think there's any truth in their interest in Johnny Depp for Doctor Strange? How do you feel about Batman vs. Superman being delayed for an entire year? Share your comments below, and as always, like, subscribe, share. Be sure to stay up to date with all your geeky news on aggressivecomics.com. And as always, stay geeky, my friends.